Hey there, welcome back friends. In this video we will talk about for loop. So let's get started. Now friends, when it comes to Python, there are like multiple type of objects. May it be string, let me show you. May it be list, right? Now these type of objects, for example list, dictionary, tuples or string, these type of objects are iterable objects. This means that we can iterate over these objects for individual elements. For example, in this list we have 3 elements, 1 2 3. For example, in this string we have how many elements? 1 2 3 4 5 6 elements, right? So these individual elements are elements inside the object, and using iterations we can iterate over objects. Now when it comes to for loop, iterations over iterable objects is very simple. For loop are specifically used to iterate over data structures which are iterable in nature. Now when it comes to when it comes to Python, iterable keyword is widely used because objects are very dynamic, very flexible, and usually we have to iterate over objects. Now let us quickly check how we can iterate over a list. I have improved on this list and added this small little comment. This is not comment, this is the markdown element. This is the markdown element in our Jupyter notebook. Alright, so in here let me make use of a for loop. The syntax is very simple. Firstly, we will make use of a for keyword. Then we will give a temporary variable name. It could be anything. In here we have given the name as temp. Alright, so then now again we will make use of a yet another keyword which is in, and then finally we will give the name of the object on which we will iterate over, right? Then definitely make use of a colon, hit enter. Now check the indentation. We will indent towards right, and then only the scope will be based on the for loop. And now let us print the temporary variable. Right, so this temporary variable will contain the individual element per iteration and it will give us the list, right? So this is interesting. All right, definitely we can also make use of the f string. So it could be like f colon temp, and we can display some value. It could be like temp contains the individual elements, and we will make use of braces. Let me run this. Here we go. So this is nice how easily we can do stuff. All right, now friends, usually whenever we code a program we try to make things more readable, more easy to understand. As a result, whenever we deal with iterables, usually there is a specific rule followed. For example, in here let us create a yet another list, maybe fruits, right? So whenever we create a list, a tuple, a directory, a set, we usually give the plural name. And in here, for example, we add apple, mango or banana. So in here, these individual elements, apple, mango, banana, these will be in a singular format, right? So take a note of it. Usually these small little things are followed in programming. All right, now whenever we want to iterate over a set, a list, what happens is we make use of a singular name in here. So it would be like for fruit in fruits, right, colon, and then we try to print fruit. So this makes things more readable, and this is definitely the way to go. Let me show you, and this will give you a fruit per iteration. So this is definitely the way to go. Now moving forward, let us create a new tuple, and it will contain, for example, 1 comma 2 comma 3. All right, and let us start with 0. That would be rather good. All right, let me, oops, we have to run this. Here we go. And let me display the contents. Here we go. This is fairly straightforward. This is nothing but a tuple. Now let me iterate over this tuple. So it would be like for element in my tuple colon print f colon element colon element. Here we go. And let me run this, and this will give us a list. This is fairly straightforward. Now friends, there are a couple of more things. In here there is no restriction. This temporary variable could be anything. It could be like x, and we may skip using this element again. So even that is possible, and we may print anything in here, right? So this is fairly straightforward, and many a time we can again make use of a temporary variable as underscore as well. And this kind of notation is usually used where we don't wish to use this variable later down the line in our program, right? So take a note of it. This is a small little thing. Let me undo the changes. Here we go. All right. Now friends, in here we can again make use of some kind of condition. For example, if we say if element modulo 2 is equal to 0, then element is even, right? Let me add in the else part. Else, let me copy this, let me paste it in here, and let me run this. Now definitely there will be a syntax error. Reason being, there is no indentation for this print statement, right? So let me indent this statement. Let me run this. All right. Now in here there is a yet another issue. There is no specific what we say proper arrangement of a statement. So let me use parenthesis, and then let me run this for this print statement. Now take a note of it. This if statement, else statement, these print statements needs to be inside the for loop, which is correct, but this print statement needs to be inside the if statement. That is the reason why we are getting the syntax error, and there is a small little typo as well. Let me fix that. All right. Now let me run this, and here is the output. Element is even, element is odd. Perfect. So this is a fairly straightforward and simple use case, and this is how we can make use of the for loop. Now there are a couple of more things which we will discuss in our next video related to for loop, and this is it for today's video, I suppose. And this is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day and take care.